supply drops are useful for providing items and ammunition, but you can also use them in some pretty creative ways, and we'll show you one example of that here. If you call a supply drop right onto an enemy location, you can do this. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we knocked the guy out and got some ammo. 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's go ahead and collect that.
You have arrived at your destination.
And move on. Okay, we hit our next marker, and that's it. Up ahead it looks like the way is pretty well guarded, so let's go ahead and take a detour through this building, sneak around that guy. And it looks like we've stumbled upon a guard here who's just coming off of his shift, going to sleep. So let's go ahead and use that to our advantage. There's no need for us to engage him as long as we're quiet and proceed carefully here. He shouldn't wake up and he's no threat to us. We'll slowly make our way to the door. Some CQC to take this guy out. And now that we're back in the open again, let's go ahead and put our box back on. Alright, looks like someone may have noticed our box moving, which is not a good thing. Obviously that's a bit suspicious, so he'll probably check it out. But we do have something in TPP that can help you in this situation. You can actually jump out the side of the box, like so. And this is actually a very useful technique, because as long as the enemy does not see you jumping out of the box, he will come to investigate, and you can actually use the box as a decoy as you sneak around the side of the building here. Now, previously we showed you how you can use the Fulton system to Fulton people as well as containers. You can also use the Fulton to Fulton vehicles. So let's go ahead and recover this vehicle here from Mother Base. That said, you do need to be careful, because you never know if there are guys hiding behind objects. So, let's get rid of this guy, and make sure the coast is clear. Alright, we got one more guy here, so let's go ahead and hide. Dumpster here looks good. And the dumpster is just one example of various objects that are scattered around the stage that you can use to hide. And also, as you can see, once enemies are close, you can also use a specialized form of CQC to quickly take them out and stash them away. Alright, we've hit our next marker now, so we'll go ahead and proceed forward. And that yellow marker there, on the second floor of the building, is our target. We'll make our way there carefully. Be careful not to be spotted.
You have arrived at your destination.
And there's a guy here, so we'll keep an eye on him as we make our way. Oh, and somebody to our right may have spotted something, so let's take cover down here in the ditch and lay low for a bit. Alright, and the coast looks clear, so move on.
You have arrived at your destination.
And we'll take the high road here, so that we can have a better view of the landscape as we proceed. Enemy here, so we'll go ahead and mark them. And we need to get up there to the second floor, so we'll make our entry here. Yeah, it looks like the soldiers, as well as the diamonds we picked up earlier, have made their way back to Mother Base, adding to our GMP. And the vehicle as well. Right, Close call there, but thanks to reflex mode, take that guy out. Alright, now we need to get the second floor, and the coast does look clear, so we'll go ahead and Fulton this guy, then head on up. Now in this room we should be able to find some intel regarding Miller's whereabouts, so let's check it out. But it looks like there's also a POW here, so let's go ahead and see who this is. And this is actually Jackie, our E3 gameplay master, who is not looking too happy right now. We'll help him out in just a minute, but first let's go ahead and take a look at the intel files. So we'll go ahead and pull out our iDroid, scan these in, and upload the data.
So you picked up an intel file.
Updated.
Now we know where Miller is. I'm marking it on your iDroid.
Okay, now we have Miller's location. All we gotta do now is help Jackie escape. And that's not working. If you look at the Fulton icon, you can actually see that it's at 0% right now, which means obviously we can't Fulton him indoors. So let's get him outside. And now it should work. Alright, there he goes. So we have our intel, and we have Jackie up and away. So now all we need to do is escape from the base, and we're done. That said, we have been spotted, so we're going to have to fight our way out. But in this situation, Mother Base can once again provide support for us. So let's go ahead and open up our iDroid once again, and this time we'll call upon our support unit to provide an airstrike. So we'll go ahead and set target area.
Target area confirmed.
And then we'll also call a helicopter to help us escape.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Alright, now all we need to do is escape as quickly as possible, because obviously we don't want to be here when the bombs start dropping, or we will be caught in a blast. So we're not going to bother with stealth at this point, it's just a matter of escaping the base. And we see a vehicle here, which should help us out, so let's go ahead and hijack that.
Support fire incoming. Please remain clear of the strike zone.
Alright, support fire incoming, see if we can take a look at it here. Nice.
This is Morpho, arriving shortly at LZ.
And Morpho's incoming, so we just have to make our way to the LZ.
This is Morpho, have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Right, so we made it safely onto Morpho. That said, you're never truly safe in the Phantom Pain until you've escaped from enemy territory, and that does include enemy airspace, so we'll keep our eyes open here as we make our escape. Right, down below we see some enemy reinforcements heading in. And the smoke from our airstrike. It does look like we're in the clear. So that's mission complete. See how we did. Right, S rank, not bad. So that concludes the open world gameplay segment of our presentation for today. That said, we do have something new in store for you right after this, and this is the first time we're going to be showing this section off. It's actually brand new for E3 2014. So let's go ahead and take a look. Up until this point, we've Fulton people, sent them back to Mother Base. Also, if you've played Peace Walker, you're familiar with the Mother Base system. But in Phantom Pain, Mother Base is actually a physical location that you can visit. And that's what you see on the screen right here. So this Mother Base is an example of Mother Base that's been built up quite a bit. When you first start out, Mother Base is just a small platform, and you slowly build it up as you gather resources and build new platforms. The cool thing about Mother Base is that everyone's Mother Base will be unique, because depending on how you decide to spend your resources, the shape and size of Mother Base will vary. So gathering resources, building up your Mother Base, and showing off to your friends is part of the fun of Phantom Pain. We hope you look forward to that. Alright, so this big platform you see here is the primary platform in our base, so we'll go ahead and make our approach. And we can now actually disembark from the helicopter and give you a personalized tour of Mother Base. You see your men do salute you as you approach. You are, of course, their commander. You are Big Boss. These are your men, your diamond dogs. And this is your base. So let's take a moment to take it all in. Just get a sense of the scale of it all. And just remember that you, the player, will be creating all of this. Alright, so let's move on. Alright, we see our friends, the sheep, as well as Jackie, have made it back to base safely.
Thank you, boss.
And they seem to be getting along nicely. So we'll let them be. Now here we are in the interior of Mother Base. I'll give you another view of it here. You can hear gunfire in the background as well. That is from the shooting range. While you're out on your missions, your men may be engaged in missions of their own, or they may be back here at Mother Base engaged in training, such as the shooting range. You can also train with them if you like. You can actually spar with them, practice some CQC, which will help raise your ability as well as theirs. But we won't do that for today. We'll just go ahead and move on up to give you a better view of the base. Alright, and up ahead you see an anti-aircraft gun. This is an example of artillery that you can actually Fulton from the field. So while you're out on your mission, you can actually Fulton artillery and equipment like this, bring it back to Mother Base and install it here as a part of your defenses. Likewise, you see here the container that we Fultoned earlier has made it back to Mother Base safely. And the vehicle as well. So all of these things that you Fulton, whether it be personnel, vehicles, or resources, get sent back to Mother Base, and resources will add to your GMP, which you can use to upgrade Mother Base and expand it by building new platforms. So there's a platform currently under construction, so this will be available in the near future. And another thing you can spend your GMP on is upgrading your security. And this UAV here is one example of that, so these guys will keep your base safe while you're out on your missions. Alright, and we see here a familiar face. So Ocelot, saying hi. So unique characters such as Ocelot will also be scattered around Mother Base, and you can actually interact with them as well. Now it's started to rain. Once again, this is an example of the dynamic weather in Phantom Pain, and the weather will change not only during your missions, but also while you're back at Mother Base.
All fire teams, this is CP. We're under attack. All units to combat position.
Alright, now something's going on. Let's see if we can take a look. There seems to be some sort of alarm, and people are running off to combat positions. So let's do the same.
This is Morpho, arriving shortly at LZ.
Morpho's incoming, so let's go ahead and rendezvous with them. Notice also that Jackie is taking a bunch of shortcuts here. That is because it's his Mother Base. Every player will have their own unique Mother Base and know how to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible. Alright, so we're back on the main platform now. We'll rendezvous with Morpho. And head into battle. So as you can gather from the alarm, your base in the Phantom Pain can be attacked. So Mother Base does not only provide support to you while you're in the field, but all of the allies and enemies that you make while you're in your missions or online will also come back and affect you here at Mother Base, and it's all one endless cycle in the Phantom Pain. And that concludes our E3 presentation. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.